Hey everyone, EnigmaCoinCollector here, and it's time for another penny hunt. New month, new box of pennies from my local bank, and I've already popped the top, and I have already confirmed that we do indeed have circulated cents. So you can see right there. Now we're going to be looking for Indian head pennies, wheat cents, foreigns, errors, varieties, dimes, you name it. If it's anything cool, unique, fun, and interesting, we're going to be looking for it and bringing it in for the finds. Now, I do have my Rob Finds Treasure penny mat to help me guide me and figure out what all the errors and varieties there are. So I find this very useful when I do these hunts because it helps me focus and know what to look for. So I'm going to be using that. Other than that, as long as you've got a decent box, this will be a one box video. If not, it's going to be 2 boxes when I get my box next month. So let's stop talking, start cracking rolls, and see what we got in these pennies. Hey everyone, before we get to the video, I just want to say that if you're one of the 59.6% of people that watch my videos and you're not subscribed yet, I really hope you consider clicking that subscribe button. It helps me out a lot more than you may know. It helps me become more visible on YouTube, and it would help me a lot in my channel growth. I would appreciate it if you consider doing it. Thank you very much, and if you're already subscribed, thank you very much as well. Let's get to the hunt. Roll number 3, and we're already going to have our first find. It's not going to be from America, but it's from our friends up north, Canada, 1975. Also goes along with that 09. Roll number 5, and the Wheaties aren't showing up, but the Canadians are. This one's a 68, corroded. Still pretty nice. Roll number 9, and we're finally going to get our first wheat cent. It is a tarnished and dirty 1955 P, and it is not going to be the DDO, but still took a long time to get our first Wheatie. Hopefully that's not a trend. Roll 13, and we're going to find something we don't usually find, and that's going to be a proof. However, it is pretty tarnished. It's going to be a 1989, I believe. Yep, 1989 S. Saw it from the memorial side and knew that it was a proof penny. Too bad that it is damaged. We're going to keep it, though, and it counts as a find. And that's pretty cool. It's not something you find every day. Roll number 15, and we're going to have our second wheat cent finally. 1956 out of Philly. And I think I see our third one. Yep. This one is going to be maybe older. That's a 30s with a mint mark. 1934D. Not a key or a semi-key, but still a 30s with a mint mark is a nice find for sure. We will take it. Next roll, next find. 100-year anniversary? 150-year anniversary of Canada, 1992. We're on roll number 41, and we're finally going to have our next wheat cent. It's been a while, and I've actually had to stop recording this for some other videos, but we're back on it. It's a 1946 out of Philly, and we've got a Canadian. 1974. Add them both to the board. Next roll, and I'm bringing you back in for foreign, but it's because it's a really, really cool one. This is going to be a 1940 King George VI from Canada. You don't see those every day. Super old Canadian penny. That is pretty awesome. Roll 34 is finally going to have our next wheat cent. It's going to be a 1953 out of Philadelphia. Roll number 36, and we've got our next find. It's another wheat, and it's a 1952, and I believe that is an S mint mark. Yes, it is a 1952 S. That's cool. We'll add it to the board. Same roll, and all the way at the end, we've got another one. Could be a little older based off of the patina and the wear, but it's not, just a 1955. I'll check it for the DDO. Wouldn't that be epic? Alas, it is not. Still, really cool find. Roll 38, and I see another foreign edge poking out. And it is. It's a 1977 Canadian to add to the board. Roll 40, and I just saw an older date poking out, and it's going to be a 1937 Philadelphia. No mint mark. That's okay. It's really good to see a 1937 Wheatie in the box. Hopefully there's more older ones with 10 rolls remaining. Roll 42, and we have another Canadian, but this time it's the 150th anniversary, 1992. Roll number 43, I see another foreign edge sticking out, so this is going to be a 1986. And then I also see some wheat ears, could be older, and it's going to be 1941. So not our oldest find of the box, but still another cool find. Well, just 9 wheat cents in that box. I went through and hunted for all the errors and varieties. No luck there. We actually got a fair number of Canadians as well as 09s, and that proof, I think, is going to be the star of the show for this box. Got 2 more penny boxes now that some time has gone by, so we're going to add them to the hunt. We'll get started with box number 2 right now. We're in box number 2, and I know in the last clip I said that I have 2 penny boxes to add to this hunt, but I actually just traded one to a subscriber. So I only have 1 more box. This is only going to be a 2-box hunt, but I slid down roll number 2. Check out this old date. 1920. I believe that's a 20, or is it a 28? That is a 28. A 20s Wheatie in the box. That is awesome. 1928 Philly. Now the oldest wheat cent we have for the hunt, and it's a 20s. Next roll number 3. We've got our next wheat cent of the hunt. This is a 1945 Philadelphia. Roll number 9 is going to have our next find. It's going to be a 1951 out of Denver. And we've got our first foreign of the box. It's from Canada, 99. Same roll, and we weren't done yet. 1952 Denver to add to the board. Roll number 11, and I just uncovered a very, very tarnished wheat cent. Hopefully that means that it's older. No, it's going to be a 50-something. I think maybe a 50D or a 58D. We'll call it a 50D. We'll add it to the board. Roll number 14 is going to have 2 more Canadians. This one's going to be another anniversary. And this one is a 1981. Roll number 17 is going to have 4 finds. 1, 2, 3 Canadians. Real quick. 83, 82, and 96. But I see some very worn wheat here. So we're going to get another oldie in the box. Nope, just a 1946 from Philly. Roll 21, we've got our next find, and it looks like we're all tied up at 14 between 09s, wheats, and foreigns. Which one's going to pull ahead? This is a 1946 Philadelphia, so the wheat cents pull ahead for right now. Roll 25, and the Canadians are not going down without a good fight. 2 more to retake the lead. 96 and 73. Roll 29, and we've got 1 sad corroded wheat cent. Let's see what it is. Wow, I don't know if I can even tell with all the paint and gunk. I believe that's going to be a 1942. 42 Denver S, maybe? 42, though. We'll add it to the board. Roll 31, 1965 Canadian. What else? Roll 33. And yep. 2 more Canadians. 77 and a 2001. Roll 35. We've got a Wheatie. It's a 1946 from Philadelphia again. I'm laughing because right behind it, another Canadian. Do you guys like me showing the Canadians? Let me know in the comments below. Roll number 42. We've got a 45 wheat cent. And another Canadian. Roll number 48, and we're going to have 2 more Canadians. Looks like we're going to have a Younghead or Laureate portrait. 1964. Canadian. Very cool. And another one back here. This one's a 69. Same roll, and we're going to have our next wheat cent. Just a 1957D. We'll take it. Roll number 50 is going to give us a nice little surprise at the end. It's another 30s. 1939. In decent shape, too, with some detail on those wheat ears. Oh, yeah. I will absolutely take that. We're going to have some upgrades to check for, and maybe some holes to fill. Depends on what we have in the album, so we will absolutely take that. So if we don't find anything else in this last roll, I will be bringing you in after I've gone through and done the recap, looked through for all the varieties, and I'll see you at the end. And here we are at the recap, and surprisingly, box number 2 is going to edge us out for the win, 56.8 points. But to be fair, both boxes had some really awesome finds. Stars of the show in box number 1 are going to be that 1989 S, albeit corroded, proof. In addition, 1934 D wheat cent at 30s with a mint mark is really cool to find. We had a bunch of other finds, 09s, in another 30s, the 37 at King George VI was pretty sweet as well. And the rest of the finds I did check for the mint marks, the over mint marks, the errors of varieties. There's nothing unique or interesting fun there. Box number 2, star of the show is going to be the oldest wheat cent of the hunt, that 1928 Philly. And then we did have that 39 Philly as well. Again, the 09s were plentiful, but boy, Younghead, and then all these Canadian cents as well, as well as all of the wheats that we had in addition. We also did pull out 3 really nice red cents there from that book, 1967, 1966, and a 1974D. I'm going to be checking my book there to see how they did on that front. Overall, 21 wheat cents found. That's not too bad, but I mean, it got beat up by the Canadians with 24 found. So more Canadians than wheats. Really odd to see that, but it is what it is. So it was a really cool hunt. Let me go ahead and see if I can go ahead and slot these into some of my books, and I'll be right back with the final thoughts. The only upgrade I had in my books was going to be that 1967 Philadelphia. I had all the other cents as well, so no additions, just 1 upgrade. But you know what? It was still a really, really fun hunt. I hope you enjoyed watching over my shoulder and seeing what we found in those 2 boxes. Remember, if you like this video and you want to see more like it, go ahead and click subscribe. Appreciate a like, thumbs up. If you got something to say, leave it in the comments below. And remember, it's always a mystery until you crack open those rolls and you find out what you got on the inside. Thanks for taking the time to watch, everyone. I'll catch you on the next one.